let's move right into part 4 of our series. Professor?
Ikebana is the exquisite art of Japanese flower arranging, a disciplined art form in which the arrangement is a living sculpture in which nature and humanity are brought together. In contrast to the purely decorative form of flower arranging popular in Western countries, the art of Ikebana, or Japanese flower arrangement, seeks to create a harmony of linear construction, rhythm, and color.
Consider this again as a parallel to notions of ritual purity, of things being in the right place and in the right way. It's a more trivial version, but it is much the same concept.
If all the Japanese in Japan were lined up and asked to describe Americans and other Westerners in one word, the majority would probably come up with selfish. The reason for this is simple enough. The Japanese were conditioned for centuries to look upon independent individualistic behavior, the hallmark of Americans and many other Westerners, as selfish, confrontational, and disruptive. The ethos of traditional Japan was that the individual should sacrifice his or her own interests, and often his or her life as well, for the benefit of the group.
Does that sound familiar? Well, it should. It fits not only the collectivist ethos of the New Testament, but also a direct teaching of Jesus.
The obligation to kowtow, a prostrate bow with forehead touching the ground, was traditionally used as a sign of profound deference to a political leader, such as a shogun. It is sometimes used in conjunction with shintai ukagai, when a government or corporate official takes personal blame for the failure or disgrace of his organization.
Note the parallel of personal blame with that of corporate responsibility in the Hebrew Bible. The leader assumes responsibility for the mistakes of those made under him, and in the Bible, those under the leader suffer consequences of the leader's decisions.
In Japanese meetings, there is invariably someone who is responsible for seeing that the attendees are properly seated. Regular attendees who know everyone else's rank sort themselves out and take appropriate seats. Newcomers or guests are guided to seats chosen for them. Foreign guests, regardless of their rank, are often honored by being seated at or near the head table or head of the room.
That should sound familiar too. It evokes memories of this teaching of Jesus about being seated and knowing your rank. That's all this round. Expect at least one more in this series, and then a conclusion.